Ladies and gentlemen, it is going down once again. Welcome to the Daily Canon, and I am joined by somebody who's truly a multi-hyphenate, multifaceted, and just one of the most talented people I know. He's going on tour with the It's Complicated tour. Got a new project out, the one and only Trevor Jackson.
What up? Thank you for having me, man.
My brother, man. What's poppin'?
Chilling. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you,
Happy
too.
2024 almost over.
Yeah, right? So, I mean, we getting new music.
Yes, so just dropped the album in June. It's called It's Complicated. Basically, it's a love story about a guy who's in love with a woman who's in a relationship. We've all been there, you know what I mean? And so I wanted to just write about it. I feel like we always hear about the side chick, but I've been a side guy more than one time, and I just feel like...
Isn't it the best?
It starts out that way, most times.
I'd much rather be the side guy than the oblivious main nigga.
Most times, but I guess it depends on the girl, because she can start out as you can start out as that, and then you guys really start catching feelings, and it's like, damn.
But then that's you get the little romantic love story, like, oh, we started off like this.
Yeah.
And then like
then she
being
don't
the
want to tell the
main
story.
dude is never fun. I'm there, I'm just, player to player.
She never want to tell the story of how you met, though. If you meet like that, you'd be like, how'd you guys meet? You'd be like, well, I was actually fucking.
But I mean, you've always been one. That's dope. That it's like your artistry and your storytelling is real for you, man.
Yeah, it's become more real. I feel like I used to kind of not say how I felt. I felt like I had to be a certain way, especially starting out with Atlantic when I was younger, going to a major label, just kind of like, hey, do this, wear this, do this thing.
Yeah.
And everything I wanted to create was kind of like, well, can I or should I? And now I'm just like, I do what I want to do, and I make stuff that's real and that either has happened to me or a close friend has happened to a close friend, just trying to make more human connecting stories, you know what I mean?
And that's, you one of those dudes where I'm pretty sure you have this problem, man. You're just too talented.
No, thank you.
Like it literally from, I don't know if people ever seen your guitar playing skills. I don't know, like your ability to sing, your ability to act. Do you find yourself like when, expressing your artistry that you just are misunderstood or people don't really know how to, it's complicated.
So I am aware of the fact that I could be misunderstood, but I never create from that space. And I always try to not taint or poison my art with that, in the back of my head, oh, what are they gonna think? Are they gonna like it or not? It's like, how can I go on? And most of the things I create musically are I couldn't live until I got this out. Music was the only way I know how to get it out.
Yeah.
And then even when I'm creating things or acting, I just try to, just be in the moment. I feel like when I think too hard, it ends up coming out not the right way.
Right. So, these decisions don't have to be made like this anymore, but there was once upon a time, especially even when I was coming up, you could only do one thing.
Yeah.
The public, the audience, the fans only wanted to see you. If they saw you on Grownish, that's all they want.
But people like you are a reason why I'm I don't give. Well,
just do whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly.
But what is more your passion? Is it the acting? Is it the music? Because if you could only pay bills with one of them.
Ooh, the music.
Really?
Yeah, because the music is so, I don't know, I just feels more free. I feel like I can create anything. I can write about anything. I can talk about anything. And most times in acting, it's people bringing you a film, and I'm not saying I couldn't write my own film, but most times you're just pretending to be someone else. And I feel like everything musically comes from the inside out. And acting is okay, what's the character? What are the clothes? Okay, now let me bring that into who I am. You know? So if I had to pick, I'd choose music, but I love both. They both have saved me at one point or another. I'm going through something in life, I get to do a scene. I've had scenes where most times on sitcoms or things where the script is pretty simple, I don't really look at it. I like to just get there and just kind of look at it real quick and get into it.
Yeah.
And most times, I don't read it. So one day I went through a breakup, go to set. Yeah. The scene was exactly about a breakup, and I got to get everything out. I got to say, I was like, and people coming to me after the scene, oh my God, that was so amazing. Are you okay? I'm good. Just trying to tap into the character, you know what I mean?
No, that's what's up. And it's interesting too because you have the ability to kind of just do whatever you want. Do you find it that the fans lean one way or another, they want to hear your music or they want to see you acting? What do your fans want?
It's crazy because the range is wild. I still have people from Eureka, which was a sci-fi show I did years ago, old 30, 40-year-old white dudes hey man, Eureka, bro, we love it. And then you get people who only know the music, or you get people who know Grownish, or they only know, so it's a beautiful thing to kind of see how people view me, and I feel like it's always different. I've never felt like it's just solid on one side or the other.
Yeah.
I feel like people are always oh, I saw you from that, oh, I saw you from that. And then I'm always hey, did you hear the album? Check out the album. Hey, did you see the movie? Always try and plug a little something else in there, but yeah, man. I just want people to be free, whatever they're doing. Like, don't feel bound by anything.
Fact. So growing up in the game, and we've known you since you were young. At what point did you feel like you were your freest? Or what was your man moment? Where it was like, yo, I'm grown.
21, 22 is when I started growing my tail too. You know what I'm saying? I started growing that and writing my own music at the same time.
Tell me more about the tail.
So I'm obsessed with Star Wars. And I've always struggled with the good and evil, not good and evil, but like the perception of good and evil, right? Like people see you one way, and I felt like in that movie, in most movies, the person who really wants the power ends up like, oh, you shouldn't have it. And I was always confused by that. Like, why can't the guy who wants the job get the job?
Right.
So I always connected with Anakin Skywalker, and I was like, yo, all he wanted was a chance. Y'all didn't give him a chance. He turned back. So anyway, I was like going through this rebel phase, and I was like, I'm gonna write my own music. I'm gonna play guitar. And I also kind of fell in love with Prince at the same time. So I knew who Prince was my whole life.
Right.
But when I was like 20, 21, I was like, yo, this man's in an all purple onesie with sparkles on it, and he got heels on, playing guitar, and he's doing his thing. So it's like, I cannot do what I want to do.
Yeah, for the freedom to be able to do it.
Yeah.
And then you find it like because of, the culture and like people don't want to say, they only want to see you as young Trevor Jackson. Or they only want to see you as the actor. They only want to see you one way.
Yeah.
How is jumping over those barriers culturally? Because, it's us. Niggas don't want to accept that.
For real.
Yeah.
I think I went from like trying to convince to just being an example. You know, and I always say this too, even musically, I went from making music where I wanted to be heard to making music I wanted to listen to. So I used to always create music like, you can hear me, I'm better singer than all these niggas, I can do all this shit better than all y'all, so let me do it. You know, and then I'm like, oh, but if I'm in the car, I don't want to hear that shit, I want to kind of like, you know what I mean, and like vibe, so I try to like blend those, and stop trying to convince and more just be an example. So, and also I think people connect to realness, so if I go into a role or I'm making music, if it feels real, whether or not you like it or not, you're like, hey, that was real though. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what I try and follow that.
Nah, that's super dope. So then, I mean, we ask this question all the time on the Daily Canon. I'm interested to know how you gonna answer. If your music was an emoji, what would that emoji be?
Ooh. Oh man, that's a hard one. Okay, so I went to two like immediately. Okay,
right.
I went to the little multiple gold things, like the. What is it? It's like 3 diamonds. They're all like next to the gold diamonds. It's like
I was like,
something.
what is that
I don't
shit?
know what that is. A little something. A little something on there.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I love the heart emoji. You know, I'm a lover, dude. I just want people to love and be kind to each other, and that's what I'm about.
Tapping right into that, you are considered a ladies' man. You know, especially the.
I've heard that.
But the young girls of this generation go crazy for Trevor Jackson. How much of that is persona, and how much of that are like you really out in these streets tapping these chicks' lights out?
Hey yo, what is this on? Hey man, I've had a life. You know what I'm saying? I've evolved. I'm in a different.
Are you an ex-ladies man? Are you?
Yeah. I'm trying to like. I'm like this. I'm on the way up to hanging. It's like this. Hanging the jersey up. It's not like set on the thing. No, I'm kidding. No, but yeah, sure. Back in the day, I was just a guy, you know, out there.
I mean,
living my life.
Understood.
Living my life.
It's a safe space.
Having
Trevor.
a good time. I was having a good time. You know what I mean? But no,
But we hear it in your music. I mean, obviously, it's complicated. I mean, you talk about that.
That was real. That whole album is real, man. It definitely. Again, I just wanted to do that because I feel like we all like, man, like you were saying, like it's good to be the guy on the side until it's not.
Yeah.
So you're like, whoa, is she making him the same food she just made me?
Yeah.
She rubbing his leg the way she just tapped, or she laughing at the same joke at the same. I'm more worried about that stuff. The intimate side, like I can get over that, but when I'm like, oh, you laughed at a joke, like you what? That type of stuff really bothers me. You know
so yeah, because clearly, like I come from the mindset of unorthodox relationships and non-conventional situations.
That's something, but you're creating your own reality, and that's what it's about. I think my whole mission in life is that, like, there's no path you have to follow. There's no set in stone rules. Like, live a life that makes you happy and that you feel best suits you, and that's what everybody should do.
But that's what so you know, for the ladies out there, is the ultimate goal like marriage?
Oh yeah,
okay.
bad. Yeah. I want 4 kids. I already got the names picked out.
What are the names? You got some crazy
I don't know
ass
if I'm
names
supposed
like
to
mine.
share.
Powerful, beautiful, remarkable, sensational. Them is all my kids.
It's all S's. It's silver, solar,
I was gonna
Saturn,
name my daughter Silver.
and Stone.
Yep. Really?
Yeah.
Stone,
So
Silver.
both of the girls are Stone. and solar, and the boys are Saturn and silver.
Oh yeah, you a crazy nigga like me.
Imagine though being at a bar, like, what's up, I'm Saturday. You be like, what?
Exactly.
I'm gonna get him a little icebreaker. You don't have to work as hard.
All that. I got a Onyx. I got a Golden.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm right there with you.
You know?
Why you laughing at my baby name? Yeah, man. I mean, again, you're a true artist and always have been that. I mean, as long as I've known you, you take your craft seriously.
Yeah.
What is a misconception about Trevor Jackson?
I think that I'm a dick or asshole. I feel like people like always say when they meet me, like, oh, you're actually really cool. I'm like, yeah, where did you see that I wasn't cool?
Is it just, I think people think that about people in the industry.
Yeah, right. Maybe it's more so that. But that's probably that. And then I think too,
But even your character on Grownish is, I mean,
he's kind of a,
you
know what I mean? He's a little,
so, like, cause you're not exactly like that.
Yeah.
Like, so the people, when they see you, then they, you know.
Yeah. They're just like, oh, I thought you'd be way different. I thought you'd live. I'm like, dude, I'm just a guy, man.
But I'm super fly, bitch.
Hey, that's what they want. Or I'll get dudes trying to come up and like really like go on a play on like some drugs, and I'm like, dude, it's a movie, bro. Like, I don't really.
Like
do
I got
that.
them bricks.
No, bro, that happens all the time.
Really?
In my ear, like on the load, to people are, hey man, if you need, I'm like, bro, this isn't. Come on.
That was a movie.
I was acting, dude. They're like, you don't really talk with the accent like that. You didn't. No, bro. No, I don't.
Nah,
I'm an
that's
actor.
dope, man. Well, we are so excited to have you here at the Daily
Thanks for
Candy.
having me, man. And thank you. I want to say from day one, man, you've always been cool. You've always supported me. You've always uplifted me, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
You're somebody I look up to, so thank you again for.
Nah, man, you my
always
little
staying
bro
connected.
for real. Like, and I'm a fan. I'm a genuine
Thank you,
fan.
man.
I
Me
mean,
too.
and just I want the world to know how talented you are, how brilliant you are, how amazing you are. So,
Thanks, man.
my platform is your platform.
Appreciate that.
There it is, Trevor Jackson, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.